Have you ever thought that perhaps you're not manifesting because you are not in alignment, vibrationally speaking, with the words that you are actually using to affirm? I'm going to explain to you what I mean by that, because that's exactly what happened to me. Now, here's the thing. English is my third language, but it's not because English being my third language that I was having trouble manifesting. It was actually in the vocabulary, the words that I was using, I was not really aligning with them, vibrationally speaking. Because the words you're using, you think about them, and your thought is an electromagnetic field which emits energy. So if the words that you're implying, you are actually visualizing them in your head, if you are not in alignment with them, the energy that you're projecting will be a little scattered. Perhaps this is where your blockage comes, because this was a blockage for me. I was implying words. I was repeating what everybody else was saying because I thought by just using the same words, I was going to get my manifestation. Now, don't get me wrong. I am not saying that you are doing something wrong. It is simply shifting your energy and matching your words with an energy to get exactly what you want. So let's get into this video. Let's go deeper. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kathy and this is the Metaphysical Babe. Today I want to talk to you about how changing the vocabulary, changing the words I was using when affirming, completely changed the trajectory of how I manifest. The words you use, they emit vibrations. Whether you are aware of it or not, whether you believe it or not, whatever we say, whatever we think, whatever we feel, we know them by words, right? So if you're not in alignment with those words, how do you think your energy that you're emitting is going to affect the material physical world? When Nikola Tesla says, think in terms of vibration and frequency, at the core of who we are energy beings. Whether you believe that you pull energy towards yourself or you emit energy, we are an electromagnetic field of energy, constantly emitting energy in different direction. We are energy beings. Now, here's the catch. We are different colors of energy. If you look at what science says, different sound have different colors. So if sounds are vibrations and you are vibration, as I'm saying, you will emit those things. It is also the same thing about your aura. Why do people that read aura can see the colors around you? Because you are vibrating these energies, these feelings, these emotions, and they create this hue around you. Thus the word human comes from. We have different shades. We are literally energies, colors of energies moving around. You're just not aware of it because your eyes cannot tell you. We think and feel. We have emotion. They're simply vibrations and they simply frequencies. And this is how you move within the world. Whatever you match with is what you get. In other words, even if you go into the Bible, it tells you God spoke, let there be light, and light was. Let's put ourselves into that God state for a moment here. Our words are acts of declaration, decrees, command. And this is what they don't tell you. If I were you, I would be careful as far as the words that I'm using. Not to scare you here. No. Because you want to think yourself, of course, like I said, as an energy. So we're going to take, for instance, the word awareness. What does awareness mean? Everybody uses awareness when it comes to manifestation. Become aware. You are the awareness. God is the awareness. Awareness here, awareness there. And although I understood the meaning of it, but I was not aligning with such a word. Now, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with the word awareness, and I'm not judging people that imply or use that word. I was simply not in alignment with it. Like I said, right? And I said there has to be another word that can really match my energy so that it could bring forth what I want into my reality. So there are up to 20 different words, synonyms to of the word awareness. And when I look through them, there was one in particular that I felt truly matched me as far as vibration is concerned when I was trying to affirm for my desires, for what I wanted in that moment. And that word was appreciation. Isn't that interesting? Who knew that awareness or appreciation was a synonym of the word awareness? So when I start using I appreciate being loved rather than I am loved, I appreciate receiving money. I appreciate being abundant. So this is what I started doing. Instead of saying that I'm going to place my awareness in this money, I started appreciating, rather feeling the vibrations of that. I appreciate being loved. I appreciate being chosen. I appreciate being understood. Learn to play with those words. Find different words and see how your vibration changes by the use of these words. And find a word that actually matches with your energy, and then use it when you're affirming. Use it in your thoughts and your emotions, and you will see that you might actually attract the things that you want much faster to you. And you can change the way you attract things by simply aligning yourself with the vibrational match of those words. And just like when you drop a pebble into the water, it creates this ripple effect. That's pretty much how your words are powerful, because they come with your emotions, they come with your vibration, and then they create this sort of like, they project into your surrounding. So from now on, if a word is not necessarily making sense to you, find a synonym, find another word that will help you resonate with what you're trying to accomplish. As Neville Goddard says, feeling is the secret. A whole vocabulary of words carry emotional frequencies. They carry meaning to groups, to communities, to nations, to people. So when I found the words that matched the feeling for me, I started using them when I was affirming. So if you have trouble manifesting your SP, maybe you can start changing the words that you're using to do your affirmations, or to even think about your SP and to feel the feelings that you desire. I'm going to give you an example. You start thinking that you are appreciative of love. You appreciate love. You appreciate being treated like a princess. You appreciate being chosen. So try to find the words that match with you. In the case of me, I started affirming with the word appreciating, okay, instead of like, I am love. I already know that I am love. There's no question about that. This is my intrinsic nature. I am part of the creative force that created everything around me. So therefore, I know I am love. Now, when I wanted to feel the feelings, I was using different words, such as I appreciate being loved. I appreciate given money. I appreciate being chosen. I appreciate being everyone's favorite. I appreciate being treated the right way, and so on and so on. So find the words. They start thinking in terms of energy, frequency, and vibrations, as Nikola Tesla said. And you will see how your reality around you starts shifting. The story of the Bible that really made me think of this on a much deeper level, it's the Tower of Babel. The story of the Tower of Babel. That, yes, they say that God decided to confuse people, human beings, with language. But let's get into it and you will understand that it is not literally that. It's much deeper than that. Nikola Tesla did say has tremendous meaning in it when he said that, think of terms of vibrations and frequency. The human being is nothing but an energetic field of vibrations, frequencies, emotion, thoughts, and all that. Unfortunately, we've been loaded on with this so many different programs that are not serving us that we do forget our true nature. God is not an entity. God is not a man sitting on a chair looking down at us. God is an energy that is everywhere, in everything, in anything, everywhere but nowhere at the same time. When you start understanding that is the image that you were created as, then you understand that you are energy beings. So in the story of the Tower of Babel, according to my perception, I think God's message to humans at the time was, why are you building a tower to get to me? Why do you need a material thing to get to me? But also, God meant there's not just one way to get to me. You don't have to build a tower to get to me. There are different ways, and He gave us work to do, but not work in the sense of punishment, returning to the essence of who we really are. So He wanted us to connect to that rather than trying to build a tower to get to Him. And now I know several interpretations of this passage in the Bible as God's punishment was when He gave us languages so that He can confuse us. We don't understand each other. God doesn't speak in languages. God speaks in vibration and frequencies. And if you really think about what God is, as I said, God is everywhere in everything. A tree doesn't speak, but it emits a certain energy, right? The sun doesn't speak. It emits a certain energy. The moon doesn't speak. The ocean doesn't speak. But all these things, they emit a certain frequency. They have a vibration to them in the way they move in nature and so on and so on. It's the same as us. Same thing with the animals, right? We, as human beings, we have dominion over all these things. Now, languages was meant to help us go back to our true, real self. And this is what I mean by that. God said, go within to get to me. It is not through building a tower that you're going to get through me. And He also wanted to prove that there's not one way to get to Him. Whatever culture you're from, whatever country you're from, whatever your skin color is, you can get to God. You can reach God by going within. So because we are emotions and vibrations and frequencies, He wanted us to focus on that. Rather, anybody has a capacity to learn another language. But now, controlling our energies, our emotions, our feelings, having a hold of that is the work. This is what it needs to be. This is what God was trying to say to us, not confuse us. So I don't agree with this story of the Tower of Babel, of God wanting to confuse human being as a punishment because they're constructing this tall tower. It is a metaphor. It is a metaphor. It is an allegory so that we get to God, we ascend to God through vibrations and emotions because we already one with God. We don't need to build a material tower to get to God. Just the same way as you don't need to go to a church to meet God because you are God and God is everywhere. I just recently made the video about the slingshot effect of manifestation, where I use physics to explain to you how we as energy being build up the momentum and energy, which is the tension within the slingshot that is built when we load the slingshot with a rock, for instance. We build on that tension. We are it. We don't have to really make a lot of effort. All we have to do is build tension around the energy of what we want to experience. You feel it. You feel it. You built on that momentum. Just like in physics, it explains to you a spacecraft uses the same method to project itself into its target. And we are doing the same thing with our thoughts, with our words, with our energy. So we built on that momentum. And once you built enough tension, you decide that's where you pull back on that elastic band. And then you aim at what you want, you release it, it's going to hit the target. That's what we are. Einstein talked about that as well when you think in terms of his theory of relativity. But we're not going to go into this. I will make another video to explain that as far as manifestation is concerned. So when you think, you aim, and then you release, you are going to hit the target. Now, it's a question of time, and time again is relative. We cannot really measure that. You can attract what you really truly desire. It's easy, guys, like drinking water. It's not that hard because manifesting is our second nature. You just need to learn to direct your energy toward exactly what you want. This is all that you have to do. The most work you will ever do is in shifting your energy. It's in directing your energy. This is the spiritual awakening that you're looking for. This is the spiritual enlightenment that you're looking for. It is nowhere else. It is within yourself. That is where the kingdom of God resides. It is in shifting that energy within you. And that energy flows along your vertebrae. That kundalini awakening, which happens at any time, which can happen at any time. That's the energy that you want to make sure that you shift. Joe Dispenza talks about it in his book, Becoming Supernatural. When you're sick, it is a shift in your energy. It is scattered instead of it being aligned. So start aligning yourself with those words that you use, because it is with those words you visualize. It is with those words that you feel those emotions. It is with those words that we are able to manifest as well. You just don't think about it, right? But it truly is. So find the words that can match your vibrational frequencies and match them with those words. If you want to understand even further, go watch my video about the science of the slingshot effect. Project yourself towards what you want, or have it come to you. It is as simple as that. The way that the spacecraft builds it on tension and momentum, once released, it is projected into its target. It's the same way that your thoughts act, and your energies act, your vibrations act, your frequency act, because you are electromagnetic and you're emitting constantly energies and frequencies. If you want to understand more, please reach out to me. My email is in the description box, theresilientmind369 at gmail.com, or book a session with me if you want to learn more. So thank you again for watching. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being part of this journey. Let's prosper together. It's 2025, the year of prosperity. I love you guys. Thank you for being here.